Let's tee off and experience this coastal masterpiece. Welcome to Encinitas Ranch. Recognized as the 2023 West Region Course of the Year, this coastal sea ranch gem boasts sweeping ocean views on every hole. With a forgiving front nine and a challenging back, it's the perfect blend of strategy and enjoyment. This episode of Golftics is brought to you by Goodfellow Golf. Be jolly, be good.
What's up? Hey, it's Jeff Garcia, former NFL quarterback, Niners, as well as other teams in the National Football League. And I'm fired up to be here with Golftics. My man, Wes.
What's going on,
What's up,
Jeff?
big guy? What's happening? How you doing, big guy?
Oh, you know,
I heard you had big balls, but I mean, what's this all about?
It's like the New Year's Eve drop. You know, you gotta drop it into the hole. It's supposed to help you align. The bigger the ball.
Look at that.
You know?
I mean, easier to find the hole, I guess, huh?
You want to go ahead and try it?
I mean, let's
see what that does for you. Not that you need putting help.
Let's see. I mean, I can use a lot of help, man. All right,
Boom.
all right. We'll
Right
start
in
it
the
off.
cup.
We'll start it off on a hot streak.
Well, should
Are
we
you
get
ready?
to know you better?
Yeah, you ready to do this?
Let's go. Let's do
thanks
it.
for having me,
Nothing but
man.
birdies, baby.
Appreciate it. Let's go.
Playing alongside celebrities past, present, and future, join pro skater Jeremy Townsend and comedian Wesley Dwaine while they take on the game of golf and learn about their celebrity guests. This is Golftics.
So how long you been golfing?
Oh man, my mom used to drop me and my buddies off like when we were middle schoolers at this little 9-hole course out in the countryside. I think we were more interested in finding golf balls than actually golfing, but I mean, we went out there, we were trying to do our best, right? We didn't have any instruction on how to play. I think I picked up my first set of golf clubs at a flea market that cost me about $6, but I paid for them myself. They probably were from 1942, but we went out there, we'd go out there with all my buddies, some of my boys, and we'd play,
Right.
The thing about it, I just didn't stick with it.
Golftics, Wesley Dwaine, Jeff Garcia. You guys are up next.
This is the real test. We're coming up to
All right.
hole 1. We got bad cards for good golfers.
Okay.
It's a fun little game that we like to play. We'll hop out here and you'll choose a card.
All right, I got you.
Pick
All
a
right,
card,
let's
any
see,
card,
let's
any
see.
card, any
Okay,
card.
let's go right here.
Okay.
Bunker down. Once you stick the green, move your ball into the closest bunker and continue play from there. Oh, okay, my favorite.
All right, now I gotta pick one.
Sandman.
I gotta pick one.
Sandman.
All right, here we go. Let's
Oh.
go. Let's see if I get a good one. Let's see. Ooh, I'm gonna go this one. Sucks for
Okay.
you. Get on your knees. Hit every shot from your knees until you reach the green.
Oh,
If you only
man.
knew, Jeff.
Well, you're already short, so it shouldn't take shouldn't be that much of a difference with your club.
Well,
I'm kidding.
then I might as well hit with the kids club.
There you go. 166. All right. What's that club here?
All right.
On your knees. Favorite position.
It's a very Michael Scott moment.
Oh, okay. Got something behind that a little bit. There you go.
I wanted that hole in one, but
Someday. Have you ever had one?
Nope, not yet.
No, me neither. Wouldn't it be great to have it on video? Come around.
And you might just get it on video.
Okay.
Nice shot.
All right.
Now the
all
choice
right.
is
Not
which
bad
bunker.
on the green. Now I got to go to the bunker. Thank you. I appreciate it. The one place we try to stay away from, I get to happily go into.
It's like taking sand to the beach. It's one of those games where they challenge you even more than this game already challenges itself.
Oh yeah, like I need any more challenges,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you already got a glimpse of the struggles around the green. The one part that needs a lot of work is the one thing that I don't like to work on, the short game.
Yep.
And putting, I mean, if
Well,
I didn't putt 3-putt half the holes, I'd be looking at more pars than I am bogeys or double bogeys.
Did you look
know?
into football like that? You were more about the big gain, or were you more on like,
No,
I need to get the
precision.
4 yards each time minimum type thing?
Precision, decision making, all the things. But you spend hours practicing the game before you even go into an actual game, you know?
Right.
And that's where golf, I don't spend the time. So I understand from the standpoint of expectations, you can't expect too much out of your golf game if you're not going to put the hours into it.
Right. Get out of there.
Ah, it's out.
Well, I'm still on my knees, so. Get in there.
Nice, nice. Not what? Oh!
Oh!
Great shot. Great shot. Turn, 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 turn. Ah, find the touch. Find the touch, man.
Do you ever have flashbacks of being a quarterback? Just like midday, you're just like, say hi! And you're like, wait, no, I'm in the grocery store looking at watermelons.
You know what's funny is yesterday I was taking a little time to watch a little video of the past, and you know, I took my kids to the Charger Buccaneer game on Sunday. So, you know, we got to experience that, and just watching the game and watching how the quarterbacks play and just, you know, how things are run out there. I mean, those are things that, like, I'm there sitting talking to my boys about coverage and what would you do here and what decision-making type stuff we should do, and just wanting to, you know, replay the game with them. Get in there.
Ooh,
That would have been in.
Yeah,
that would have been in.
That's COVID rules.
COVID rule.
Do you see one of your boys growing up to be a major athlete, or?
No, no. I mean, not that they're not athletic. It's,
right.
You got to want to put the time into it. And I think that's the biggest thing with nice putt. There you go, Wes. Nice putt, man. You didn't do that from your knees, though.
I can on the green. I don't want to mess it up.
Well, oh, okay, okay. Excuses. Excuses.
Tell me a little bit of compare and contrast of, like, it's 4th and goal, and you're trying to sink a putt for a birdie.
Yeah, man, I think you have to visualize everything, right? You visualize it going into the cup. You visualize the break, the speed that you need to put on behind the ball. I mean, now it comes natural to me throwing that pass because I've done it thousands of times.
Right.
But for me, being an amateur golfer, to do that putt with that same sort of confidence, a little bit different story,
right.
You know? But I think you have to have the same approach of just, hey, take a deep breath. The thing about it is, when you're playing the game of football, you're going against other people. You're going against a defense.
Mm-hmm.
You can alleviate the pressure on yourself by placing the pressure on them.
Right.
In golf, it's just on you.
Yeah, you are the defense. You
are
the
offense. You're everything. You know, you're your own worst nightmare. You're that unblocked DN coming off the edge, you know? And so from that standpoint, it's different. You know, it's all on you to make it happen. And you got no one else to blame but you. You can't say, oh, they had the perfect defense for the play.
Right.
You know, no. Hey, there was the line. You saw the line. You saw what you needed to do for the putt, and you blew it.
Yeah. Your body didn't cooperate, whatever.
Right.
Or these trees move on you. They're like linebackers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I tend to follow the trees.
I feel like that one's going to stunt, and that one's showing blitz.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I love about this course is that for us that struggle to keep the ball straight down the fairway, there's a lot of forgiveness here, which I can appreciate.
There you go. There you go. would like to gift you these
Oh,
glasses.
Awesome, man.
Great for the sun, but they also have speakers in the back, and they come with ChatGPT on an app. So you literally could, play with someone from another country within a foreign language,
right?
and it'll translate on your phone for you, and then read it back into the.
Super cool.
Yeah, they're great.
Solos, thank you so much for the glasses. Can't wait to hook them up and help me out. Appreciate it.
All right, let's see if I can play a little follow the leader. Well, there's that four-time U.S. Open Championship swing. So if you could play Augusta National or win the Super Bowl, which one would it be?
Super Bowl, man. That is the ultimate goal as an NFL player. I was fortunate enough to win a Grey Cup championship up in Calgary with the Canadian Football League, the Calgary Stampeders. But as an American growing up in the States and obviously being able to fulfill that dream of playing in the NFL, the ultimate team goal is to win that Super Bowl. And, unfortunately, it eluded me, but I had some opportunities, had 4 teams that I led to the playoffs, and, we gave it a run. Just couldn't get to that final game, which at that point, the best of the best are out there, and there's no room for mistakes. You got to play as close to perfect as possible. Not that you're like putting that sort of pressure on yourself. You want to stay in the moment and do your best out there. But, not winning that Super Bowl is one of those things that as an NFL guy for 11 years, it's always going to be that reminder that you just didn't quite get there,
Well, I believe we have a super app that's going to tell us how far we are. Just judging by my Wyoming hunting skills, I'm going to say 168 to the pin.
Well, you might be a little off there, buddy.
I think we're 200 plus, huh?
Let's see what Andy says. Hey, Andy, what do we got to the front of the green? Hey, Andy, how far to the front bunker? Come on, Andy, you make me look bad.
Well, from my arm strength estimation, it's definitely more than 100 yards. It's more than the 70 that I used to be able to throw it. It's probably a couple hundred yards, so.
Was 70 your tops, or that was?
I competed in the quarterback challenge. I believe I threw it 74 yards.
Okay.
On a launch. That was my best.
Yeah,
in a game, I think I covered a throw to Dante Stallworth with the Eagles that went about 68 yards in the air. But they always said I didn't have the strongest arm. You don't have this, you don't have that. But hey, I had just enough to get it there.
Right.
That's what counts. Roll.
Gun and run, gun and run. Nice sniper shot.
Okay.
All
It's
right.
findable. It's findable. Little chipper in there.
Just a
Gotta
little right.
straighten it out. All right.
I'm on a hill.
We'll play my ball again, okay?
Okay. Seems to be a trend. So what led you to San Jose State? Was it a college you always want to go to? You were recruited, kind of fell in the luster of field of, colleges after you, and you just chose that one?
Yeah, so coming out of high school, I wasn't highly recruited. I had fractured my left elbow in the middle of the season during a game, and so I ended up missing half the year. And I had some recruiting letters coming to me prior to that, after my junior season, but nothing serious, right? And I was 6 feet, 165 pounds, soaking wet. Yeah, and it just was one of those things where my dad was the head football coach at the junior college in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like you know, I'm going to go play for my dad for a season and we'll see what happens.
Right.
Type deal. And, you know, that's what I ended up doing. I ended up actually gray shirting. So this is back in 1989 when, you know, you knew about red shirting, but that's when your clock started at the collegiate level.
Right.
Gray shirt was go to school part-time, practice with the team, but your clock doesn't start, so you don't lose that year of eligibility.
Wow.
So that first year out of high school, that's what I did. I gray shirted, went to school, took 11 units, practiced with the team, ran the scout team, all the things, got the experience, got the confidence, allowed myself to grow a little bit more over that year. And then the next year, I was the starting quarterback for my dad.
That's awesome. And getting to play for your pops, that'd have been pretty
I mean, that was literally, he's literally the best coach I ever had. I mean, I've had Andy Reid, Steve Mariucci, and they're great coaches. But my experience with my dad was the best thing ever. And just being a kid, watching him coach all those years,
right.
18, 19, 20-year-old young men, and inspiring and motivating them to be bigger and better than what they ever thought they were, I became that kid, that representative, what you can do when you're inspired and motivated to do great things. And he brought it out of me. He did. He really did.
Well, son, I believe in you.
Oh, man. Golly.
You really want to go to the beach, huh?
Man.
I know we can see the ocean.
Right.
All right. But I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to pop it on the right side of the flag there, right?
Yeah, there's a downhill slope. But see, this little downhill we had, that's like such an uncomfortable like swing for me.
Yep.
You know, it wasn't flat and you had to kind of come down on it. And look at us. There it is. There it is. Look at that. Nice little
chipper.
Yeah. Player B. Player B. Nice one.
There you go. Same exact principle. Man, we're 2 beats in a cart.
There it is. We needed that the first time.
Hey, well, we need a putter.
Do we though? I don't know if it matters.
All right, well. Take a play out of your playbook.
There it is. Ay! So close. So close.
It's that dirt. See that dirt?
That dirt.
They say dirt don't hurt.
That dirt.
They say dirt don't hurt, but it hurt me today.
Causing problems. Nobody wants to hit a dirty ball.
Did you ever think about getting into coaching since, you know, following your dad's footsteps, or?
I did, and I actually coached for a couple years, and it happened somewhat randomly. I was actually training a lot of young quarterbacks here in San Diego, so I started up a quarterback school back in 2012 when I was done playing, and started working with some young kids, middle school age kids, high school kids. Really built up a good group of kids around the area, all over San Diego County. Word started to get out. More kids started to come from surrounding areas and out of state. And then all of a sudden, it was August, and we were about to start, all the kids were about to go back to their high schools and start playing. And I got a call from the GM from the Montreal Alouettes in the Canadian Football League. And they were struggling. They were 1-5 at the time. And so he's like, look, we're looking to bring in a guy to just somewhat be like a fly on the wall. Sit in meetings, watch practice, see what's going on.
See stuff they're not.
Yeah, and it'll be a week-to-week thing. Well, I had 4 kids at home. Young, 5, 4, 3, 2, you know? And so I convinced Carmela, I'm like, it'll just be a week at a time, you know, and they're gonna pay decently. I'll just be up there for 5-6 days and I'll be back. So I go up there, watching practice, watching what's going on, watched their first game that I was there for. They were already 1-5, I believe, on the season. And Troy Smith, the former Ohio State quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner, was their quarterback.
Oh, wow.
And Ocho Cinco was on the team.
No way.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know he went up to the Canadian Football League at the end of his career for a season. So he was playing receiver, and we were just struggling, man. And so
You can talk in my backswing.
after that game, the head coach brought me into his office. Oh.
Came over the
bang.
top.
And he said, Jeff, I'd like to hire you on as my quarterback coach. And now it's not just a week-to-week gig. It's 4 more months left of the season. They still had 12 games left in the regular season. And I couldn't say no.
Right.
And I was enjoying being around the players, being involved, getting a chance to coach, getting a chance to scheme, all those things. So I accepted it. Not real thrilled back home with Carmela, but it was my chance to get into the coaching side of the game.
Right.
And so I went through that year. I really enjoyed it. And we made a turnaround. We made some changes at quarterback. The team turned it around second half season. We make the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
All those things. Turns out to be a great year for the team. And I came back home and I thought, well, if I'm going to coach, I want to coach in the NFL. And so I started putting my name out there, and Jeff Fisher with the St. Louis Rams, it would be their last year in St. Louis, hired me onto his staff.
Oh, cool.
He hired me on as an assistant receiver coach. You know, I thought this was the start of something. I'm going to fast track it to be a head coach in the NFL. Problem was, family stayed in San Diego. I went to St. Louis. By the end of the season, I was struggling with the whole process.
Yeah.
And being away from my kids, not being a dad, and seeing the life of all these coaches who were also dads, but never really got to spend time with their kids.
Yeah.
Never got to coach their kids, missed a lot of the events, all those things. And so I just made a decision then,
Priorities
this is
first.
not for me right now.
Right.
I'm gonna be a dad, I'm gonna be involved with my kids, I wanna see their plays at school, their different experiences, I wanna experience those with them. And so made a decision then and just became more dad. And once they started playing sports, became the dad coach.
Right.
Coaching them in every sport, right?
So then that leads, nice hook. Yeah, come on, come back. That leads to my next follow-up then. Who has the worst fans? NFL, Canada, or kids? Parents.
Kids' parents are the worst, man. I mean, no, I'm fortunate and blessed that parents respect me and my background.
Uh-huh.
And so they're less likely to try to
Become the
tell
coach.
me what to do, you know. But you hear the stories all the time. You hear the stories about the parents that are just giving the coaches a hard time, or they're questioning the coach's decisions, questioning the coach's lineup, all those things, you know. And my main thing was that I was going to be honest with people. Heck, my own boy didn't start for me in Pop Warner at the quarterback position. He was the backup. He had to earn it.
Right.
And there wasn't going to be any favoritism. The best kids who put in the most work, who work the hardest, who are there every day, who give us the best chance to move the football, they're going to be the guys on the field.
Yeah, 100%.
And everybody else has to earn their opportunity, just like the starters do. And so, you know, that's always been my philosophy. And now my kids are in high school, so now I'm looking for the opportunity to coach at the high school level. I think that's where I can have the greatest impact on kids. You look at where the college game is today, it's semi-professional. It's no longer an innocent thing. Kids are making millions of dollars.
Yep.
Hey, their hand is out before they even show up on campus. What are you gonna pay me? What are you gonna give me?
Yeah,
And
and
so
they're not
that-
getting the structure of, you know, what comes with that, the responsibility, the
Right, and then how easy is it for them to just leave school now? Oh,
Right.
it didn't work out here, or I had a good season, there might be somebody better that wants me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like always looking for that next best thing, that next best girlfriend or
Right.
wife, right?
Yeah.
You know, you may have the perfect person in the perfect place, but the attitude is the grass is greener elsewhere.
always on the other
And it's
side.
sad. It's really sad. I think it's really hurt the game, not for the top 30 schools, but for the rest.
Yeah, 100%.
Get over.
I think one of my favorite things about college was the loyalty. You know,
Right.
you got a lot more loyalty. Now, not
yeah,
so much.
Totally. The loyalty,
The
the
teamwork.
commitment to each other. And then there was a penalty. If you wanted to go to another school, you either had to already graduate and be a graduate student so you didn't miss a year, or you had to sit out a whole year.
Yep.
Now there's no more of that, right? And you see it starting at the high school level.
Yep.
Kids are now, oh, I don't like the situation here. I don't like the coach. I didn't start. I'm going to go somewhere else, you know? And it's just like, it's too much, man. It's just unfortunate. And that's, I think, the discouraging thing about sports today and where it's at, and the commitment is not the same for these younger generations. I think when we were going through it, my generation, maybe a generation after me, you didn't have all the options.
Right.
So you were stuck. You had to fulfill your responsibility and your commitment to the program. Now the options are limitless, and they're always looking for something
Yep.
better.
Well, maybe in a way, you know, you not achieving that dream just yet of the NFL is actually going to impact the world on a better, larger scale. You know, like, you know, God's plan in a way. You know what I'm
totally.
saying?
I just met with a coach yesterday, and it's at an inner city high school. It's in an area where kids aren't entitled. They're not given a lot of chances. There's not a lot of support for them. They just need people to believe in them,
Yep.
to give them that chance and show them the way. And that excites me. Like, there are a ton of areas where the kids already have everything they could ever ask for.
Right.
Like, that to me is not the challenge. The challenge is going where they don't have everything. They don't have anything compared to a lot of these other schools. And what are we going to do with what we have?
Right.
You know? All right, we got a long one. Just roll it down there. Not enough, not enough. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Okay. I'll take that.
Well, Jeff, before I putt, as a gratitude of our thanks, we got you a few gifts, okay? So,
You guys are
got a back nine bag, all right? It's got a
Okay.
magnetic lid, so you don't have to hear that zipper every time you're trying to get something.
very cool.
Some of my chocolate liqueur made out of cacao. Your wife is gonna love this.
Oh, yes.
This is a get out of jail free. The big ball that I was playing with before, so you can work on that short game that you talk about you don't ever work on. Bad cards,
Bad cards, love it.
a nice little Live Bless thing,
Okay,
which matches the hat you're wearing. Shout out to
Okay.
Live Bless.
sure.
I'm gonna put this down here because I'm gonna go just on the inside, I feel.
Okay, you guys are the gift that keeps on giving, man. Appreciate it. Oh, nice little break.
I saw the break and I just didn't give it
Just
enough.
didn't give it enough.
Ooh. So Jeff, thanks for coming out, man.
Oh, appreciate
really
you having
glad
me,
to
man.
have you.
Absolutely.
That's yours to take home,
Thank you for
unless
the
you want to
gifts.
leave it in my car.
Maybe we need to do a little shot together.
Yeah, we should. I got another one, and we'll definitely get that cuckoo.